Matt Weaver,
Austin Waits.
you're watching
Average Joe Sports Talk.
When my children started participating in band classes, we trusted Gadsden Music with everything the kids needed. They provide high-quality instruments at great prices. They service the instruments and make the rental process super easy.
Guys, we're on the second part of our Average Joe's Tour Bands, and we're at Southside High School today. First off, I want to thank Gadsden Music for sponsoring this year for us. It's been a great thing so far. We've knocked out 2 bands, and we're here at Southside today with these guys. Mr. Weaver, tell us how long you've been at Southside, and kind of tell us where you were before, what led you to Southside.
Sure. Well, this is actually my 8.5 years, so I'll be starting year 9.
Okay.
Here. Before that, I was at Jacksonville State University. Graduated in December of 12, so I walked right in here mid-year in January of 2013.
Cool. Austin?
I'm also a JSU grad. This is actually my first year here at Southside. I was at Etowah Middle School last year. Right after I graduated, I went straight in there, and yeah, I'm really happy to be here in Southside. I'm excited for what we got going.
Good deal. And I'll have to say again on camera, you look just like your dad. And like Mr. Weaver said, mannerisms and all, because it's just like Russ is sitting right here in front of me. So going into this year, how many students do you guys have in the band this year?
Yeah, just over 130 this year. So that's that we're excited about that. That's back up to more than normal for us from COVID and everything last year.
Yeah, I was going to say COVID, I think, kind of hit everybody kind of hard last year.
Sure.
And we're still dealing with it this year, but coming off that COVID year, having everybody back together, talk about that a little bit. Having all the protocols last year versus going into this summer.
Sure. Well, I'll say this. We were very fortunate. There were a lot of programs in a lot of other places around the country that were not as fortunate as we were in Alabama. And even within the state, there were a lot of programs who didn't get to have a lot of things. Some programs didn't get to meet. So we were very fortunate here in our district that we still got to do most of the things that we always do. It looked different for sure,
right?
But we were very fortunate. That being said, last year, all of the headaches that came with all that protocol, that definitely I could deal without.
Right.
Last year has been one of my favorite years because of the students, and they didn't take everything for granted. They really wanted to be here. But that being said, it is so nice.
Yeah,
so nice.
The logistics are back to normal now.
Yeah, you know what to expect. Now, last year was just you never knew how to plan it because you never knew what was going to happen.
Exactly, and it was like that for us too. Like I said, we wanted to do this last year, so COVID just kind of changed everything for everybody last year. And talking to other directors at other schools, everybody's saying the same thing. Last year and going into this year, you can't take anything for granted because things can change at a pretty quick. So that's good. I'm sure the kids are happy about that too.
Oh yeah, they're glad to be back.
They're just excited.
Yeah. You've got Austin here as your assistant.
Yes.
You want to talk to us about the rest of your staff?
Sure, yeah. Well, we're very fortunate. First of all, we're really glad to have Austin on board here. It was kind of last minute.
Yeah, it was quick.
Yeah, it was a really quick turnaround, but I'm glad it worked out. Rebecca Hammock has been here for 4 years, and she got tapped on the shoulder. We're really proud of her. She got she's the new band director at Gadsden High School.
Okay.
And so I'm glad that worked out.
Yeah.
We hate to see Rebecca go, but we're really excited to have Austin here with us.
Okay.
He's doing a great job. The kids love him. But we've got a really, really awesome staff. To me, that's one of the best things that we have here, other than our students and the leadership that we have here. Our staff is great. So on our staff, we have our middle school director, Ms. Jill DiGatano, and she comes in and helps us out. She actually writes the drill. Where kids are standing and where they march to. That's what we call the drill. She writes all that. She helps teach it. Hal Murphy, who was the longtime band director here.
He's up.
That's right. That's right. He really established the program.
Yeah.
Put it on the map for sure.
He did.
He still comes around. He's got a daughter in the band.
Yep.
And so he comes around and helps out. Taylor Romine is new on staff this year. She's our color guard instructor. And Whitney Wood is our Crimson instructor.
Oh, Whitney. See, a lot of these people I remember Whitney. She was in band at Sansom when I taught band camp there. Mr. Murphy, I remember him from when I was in high school. We were rivals, but I always had respect for Mr. Murphy.
Oh, absolutely.
He's a great band director. And Jill, we taught band camp together at Sansom back in the day. So a lot of familiarity here. And Mr. Murphy's daughter, I remember when she was born. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Probably when you might even be thinking about the first one.
Yeah, Anna Grace.
Yeah, I remember.
She graduated.
Yeah, I remember Anna Grace. I think she was born when I was still in high school. So all y'all are making me feel old, including you, Austin. You got a great staff. Like I said, I know Austin. I know Jill. I've known them for years, and so great people to have. So going into this. Well, let me go back. Let's talk about the Southside community. Being with Average Joe's, we have done a lot out here at Southside at the high school. And one thing that I have noticed, and we all talk about all the time, is the support of the Southside community, the administration. It is fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So talk to us about that and how the community comes in and helps you guys out.
Well, you're right. It's great. Everybody here at the school, all of the faculty, all of the coaches, the administrators are great.
Yeah.
It was clear that the administrators put a lot of emphasis on that program.
Yeah.
Well, I cannot sing their praises enough. Ms. Tucker's done a great job. Mr. Chappell, Mr. Nelson, they're fantastic. And they put an emphasis on the band program because they put an emphasis on everything. The thing about this community, the school, is that if we're going to do it, we want to do it well. We're going to support it because it's not, no program's success should ever be the detriment of any other program.
Right.
So it all builds and feeds each other.
All right.
That's our job, especially in this part of the year with the marching band. We're there to support the community, support the team, entertain the fans. That's our job.
Right.
So we try to do that, and I think that community support maybe is a return on that investment.
Yeah.
We've had a church or somebody every day. We've had a different person come and bring popsicles or supply lunch to the kids. We had the guy that was lining the parking lot for the school saw us out there lining our practice field and drove over there and was like, "Hey,
yeah, I saw that on Facebook. I saw that on Facebook.
People are really willing to step up and help us out and make sure the kids have a good experience, and that's awesome."
Yeah.
Good deal. Like I said, because we, talk to Miss Tucker all the time, and she gets excited when we're on campus, and so that's I know that makes your job easier.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about the band a little bit this year. Who are your leaders, your drum majors, and your student leaders this year?
Well, we've got a lot of them. I won't name them all, but I will say our drum major is Leah Hooks. She's a senior this year. She's been on our leadership team for a while now. It's her first year as drum major. For the previous 2 years before that, she's been our band captain. She's a really just a great leader, and she's not alone. We've got a fantastic. I think that to me is one of the things that I'm most proud of with the program is the student leadership and the culture that we've established over the past few years. And it's iron sharpening iron, and it's student led, and they're seeking out. I mean, our student leaders this year, I know they've already been talking. I've kind of overheard. They're finding their replacements, kind of more or less. They're sort of grooming other people, and they're building them up and giving some of the younger kids opportunities to step into those leadership roles.
That is awesome. That's something I don't think I've ever seen that or heard of that, but that's awesome.
We're just really lucky. I mean, everybody in the band program, not just the leadership, but everybody sort of gets it's service oriented. It's others. You know, we tell them all the time, replace me, I with we, us.
Right.
And they buy into it.
Good deal. Moving on from that, tell us about your show this year. You know, some of the things you've got going on, theme of the show. Just talk to us about your show.
Sure. Okay. Well, our halftime show is space themed this year.
Okay.
So yeah, we're excited about that. It's called Into the Unknown. So it's a space theme, and we also try to want to, in a little bit, kind of tell the story of space exploration and kind of honor that pioneering spirit of America and just kind of the future of space exploration. So it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of songs that everybody's going to recognize, and a few other special things kind of tied all in there. Just make a really fun show out of it.
Good deal. You know, and that's the thing I've always enjoyed about marching bands is when those groups that play stuff that people will recognize. Because I've, some of the competition bands, it's like, hey, they're good, but what is that? What song are you playing? You know what I'm saying? And I think the bands enjoy it better when they say, hey, I know what that song is. I've heard that before. I've heard that song on a movie or something, so.
Yeah, I think we've got a good mix of tunes that are some you're going to hear that you know maybe from hearing it on the radio or hearing it on one of your dad's old CDs or something, right? And then some of them you're going to know that from maybe a movie soundtrack or something, and it's meant for the instrumentation.
Right.
So I think there's a really good mix of like all of it's stuff that you'll recognize, and some of it's meant for the instrumentation that we have, and some of it's us adapting to something that's maybe a little more radio friendly or whatever. So I think you kind of get to touch all of it. The kids are getting to play some legit stuff, but we've also got a lot of stuff in there that people are going to like and can snap their fingers to.
Good deal. Tell us some of your performance dates, some of your key performance dates for the year. Obviously, y'all are doing the county exhibition, but tell us some more of your performance dates, competitions, parades, and whatnot.
Well, okay. First and foremost, all of our home and away football games. We travel. And, we go to all of varsity football games, including any postseason games. So we'll be right there when we go to the playoffs. We'll be right there.
Yes.
That's right. And then, of course, we will have the county exposition. I think it's not exhibition. Ours is
Expo.
Yeah. All right, so we'll have the Mid-South Marching Contest, which will be the last Saturday in September, and then we'll do the weekend right after that. We don't know which one we're going to go to yet, but we know that our parents and community know that, hey, those are our dates. Those are our dates. And then, and then we're done with the marching band competitions. And of course, we'll do the Gadsden Christmas Parade, the Veterans Day Parade. And then we're planning a trip this year, which can't really discuss too much right now. But that'll be a performance, a parade performance somewhere.
Okay. That sounds like a fun trip.
Oh yeah, it'll be
that sounds like a fun trip. I might need to go with you on that trip.
Yeah, come on, document.
That's right.
There you go.
That's right.
That's great. And speaking of competitions, I always remember at Mid-South, as soon as Southside got done performing, the parents always had let balloons out and everything, and I was like, that group is the most spirited group in the stands, That's something I always enjoyed, seeing Southside come in, and I know for the kids that's got to be great, sitting, looking up in the stands and they're seeing all that support for them.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some of your short-term goals for the band program and some of your long-term goals, where you would like to kind of see things go.
Sure. Well, in the short term, everything's just kind of get back to normal. Kind of put COVID year behind us and just kind of get back on track where we were. And so that's really the short term. Long term goals are still what they were, continue to grow the program in size and ability. We were really lucky in 15. The band had grown enough where we were able to split off and make 2 full-size concert ensembles instead of just the one.
Right.
So we had a smaller wind ensemble, which was the advanced group, and then another full-size symphonic band.
Okay.
And then in just a few years after that, the wind ensemble performed at the AMEA in-service conference, which is a pretty big deal for bands across the city.
Right.
So we got to do that. That was really fun. Put on a concert at the BJCC.
Oh man.
And so really the long-term goals, I guess for me, are just, get back to trying to grow the program in numbers, and then seeking out more of those performance opportunities, whether it be ABA again, or maybe doing the Susan Clinic down in Troy, the Southeastern United States band clinic, just other performances like that.
Okay. Good deal. Well, guys, I appreciate you sitting in with us today. I know you've got to get the rehearsal, and I'm gonna walk around and get some video and some pictures of the group and everything. So, good luck to you guys this year. Cannot wait to see you, and we'll probably do a follow up at the County Expo.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
All right. Go Panthers.
All right.
Yeah.